Enough again. Leroy King and we're doing the thing. 744 Mount Pleasant. 744 Restaurant and Lounge, that's where we at. We're here every Tuesday. Reggae Foundation 4.0. Get ready for 4.5. Get ready for 5.0. Madness, Progress Niggas, Blessed, Esco Levi, Humble. Too many people to even name the thing. You just gotta be on a Tuesday. Start early, 7 o'clock dinner time. And we do another set, we go right till midnight. That's what we're doing, that's how we live. Bam.
And he wasn't drunk. Big round of applause for High Ground, man.
We got enough musicians in the house. These are is here to kick some ass on the drum. Rock Dean kicking some butt. Are you guys having a great time? This next artist cannot be held by a genre, although he walks on a genre. He was featured on BET Jazz, the special guest, international dub poet, Charlie Bobus. Make some noise for Charlie Bobus. Inspraitor, international. One more round of applause for the thing about Charlie Bobus.
Inspraitor International. Greetings. I come to bring some motivation to your heart. Your mind is soul. You better do your experience. Use your experience again. Don't get around in your pretending. Be careful now you lose your arm. Let not the pain make you bitter. Use your experience again. Don't get around in your pretending. Be careful now you lose your arm. Let not the pain make you bitter. Do your thing like do it in a fight. Yes, you know that you do it right. It's so that trying to hold it on the fight. Yes, you know that you do it right. I will do your purpose inside. Then you will give your strength and divide. You love to learn from a jump on the right. But remember, success will come over time. Use your experience. Use your experience. Use your experience. Use your experience. Don't you know in your pretending. Be careful now the future. Let not the pain make you be yourself. You think that now we are sometimes. You feel like an absolute crime. Leaving here true. Treat and purpose is behind. Inspraitor International. I bring the message to you. Use your experience. Use your experience. Use your experience again. Don't you know in your rectangle. Be careful of the future. Let not the pain make you be yourself. Use your experience. Use your experience. Hear now, a natural part of success. After make mistake before you learn to do your best. You don't make mistake to try nothing new yet. Most to live their whole life in regret. Even lower reaches. Success never get. Really not yourself, just work on one way. Think that you do what you do with them. And you really never fall until you get wet. Use your experience. Use your experience. Use your experience. From the source in a long in your pretending. Be careful now you lose your arm. Let not the pain make you bitter. Don't better. Use your experience. Use your experience. Use your experience again. From the source in a long in your pretending. Be careful now you lose your arm. Let not the pain make you bitter. Use your experience. Use your experience. Charlie Bobus again. Use your experience. Use your experience. Use your experience. Use your experience. And you can get stronger. Use your experience and live longer. Make sure that you can know now, you get up. Make your things to see it go greater. Use your energy to get. Use your experience to get stronger. Don't sit around in your just any longer. Be careful now, you use your anger. Let out the pain, make your future show. Step back. Use your experience. That's how we are. Yeah, you don't know.
While I'm about to ready the music, you know much tools man have to learn to put on the show here. Two rehearsals have to go. Over there every week, bring a new artist. Next week, we have Blessed. Some people might know the history. So Blessed and Lindo come up together. So it's no coincidence that they are two of the baddest artists in Toronto to the world. I was in my shop, seeing that they first Blessed on the King Summer radio show. I said, wow, Toronto Abbott. Yeah, man. If you are waiting for the Irish,
Well, I started my music career like at the age, I would say age of 12, I started singing in Sunday school, doing talent shows, pursued talent shows in high school, and once I followed up with my education, I came out as a solo artist after working with the Sony record artist DJ Ray. I came out on my own with my first EP, Open Your Eyes, Open My Eyes actually, and it's been great since then, like just working on my other EP, Broken Hearted, and working on my full-length album to come out soon, and just promoting my music and doing shows around the city, out of town.
And number two.
Wow. Have I ever lost interest in my music? I think at some point in life, everyone gets to a point where you feel like you just want to give up. Maybe, wow, you want to give up, right? That's like a spirit. You have that inner spirit like that. I can't do this anymore, or it's kind of rough. We all get that moment. But you know what? I wouldn't say I've lost interest. I would say I lost the spirit for the moment. But I picked myself up and I continue to tread the road that I am on right now. And I'm loving doing Dahlia's music from the heart, for the fans, for the people.
Have you ever considered to go full-time in gospel?
Gospel. I love gospel. I grew up in the church actually. So I do gospel shows. And it's like going gospel full-time. That's something I'm going to think about. But I will be, it's in my near future to do some gospel songs, some gospel recordings.
Who is your fantasy, not fantasy, but who is your idol that you would like to do a duet with?
Itana. I love Itana.
Continue.
Itana. I would say Itana. You know, I would love to do a song with her.
And why is that?
Because I find that she sings, when she sings, you feel it. And it relates, the heart is connected to the music from the heart. And from the first time I heard her songs, I just play them over and over and over again. So I would say.
Okay, so what would be your dream song title?
I've made it.
Okay, folks. Well, thank you, Dahlia. And it is my hope and our hope that it will be made. All right?
Hello and good day to you. This is March 27, 2012. I must say that it is again a delight and a pleasure and a privilege to come to you as I continued on the topic of family counseling. It is again a broad and a vast area when it comes to mental health disorder. I am one individual who pays and gives much attention to individual who is and are going through mental health issues. The one here in which will be doing today is substance abuse. Substance abuse falls again under family counseling, whether you know it or not. People abuse substances such as alcohol, tobacco, and other drugs for varied and complicated reasons. But it is clear that our society pays a significant cost. The toll for this abuse can be seen in our hospital and emergency and other facilities that caters to this type of disorder or addiction. Both through direct damage and to health by substance abuse and its links to physical trauma. Jails and prisons tallies daily the strong connection between crime and drug dependence and abuse. Although use of some drugs, such as cocaine, has declined in recent years, use of other drugs, such as heroin and club drugs, has increased in enormous ways. Finding effective treatment for and prevention of substance abuse has been difficult. Through research, we now have a better understanding of this behavior. Studies have made it clear that drug education and prevention aims at children and adolescents offers the best chance to such abuse nationally. The 2010 National Household Survey on Drugs Abuse estimated the number of users of illicit drugs in the United States and also Canada to close to over $22 million. Other statistics from the survey include that nearly 7% of North Americans over 12 years of age are binge drinkers, and almost 20 million of North Americans smoke cigarettes. Other research shows that about 22 million people over 12 years of age in the United States and Canada have abused substance and inhalant, and 750,000 use inhalants for the first time each year. This is growing, and we do not need for this type of abuse to continue. It is having a total havoc and making havoc on the health system. One individual might say that it does not concern you what I do with my body, but you're tampering and abusing your body through illegal and prescribed drug does affect the entire community. Substance abuse substance produce some form of intoxication that alters judgment, perception, attention, or physical control. Many substances can bring on withdrawal effects caused by cessation or reduction in the amount of the substance used. Withdrawal can range from mild anxiety to seizures, and hallucination. Drug overdose may also cause death. Nearly all these drugs also can produce a phenomenon known as tolerance. In such one must use a larger amount of drug to produce the same level of intoxication. Commonly abused drug includes the following: inhalants. This group of substance includes solvent that emits vapor causing intoxication when breathed. In inhaled, individuals who abuse inhalants intentionally breathe in the vapor either directly from a container, from a bag in which such a substance is in, or from a rag soaked with the substance and then placed over the mouth or nose. Inhalant intoxication happens quickly and doesn't last. Symptoms of inhalant intoxication are very similar to those seen with intoxication with alcohol, including dizziness, clumsiness, shared speech, election, tiredness, showed slow reflex, thinking and movement, shaking, blurred vision, stupor or corona, and or weakness. It can also result in chemical and temperance burns, as well as withdrawal symptoms, chronic mental illness, and even sudden death. Long-term damage associated with inhalant use include brain and nerve damage, as well as heart, liver, and kidney failure. Tobacco. People cite many reasons for using tobacco, including pleasure, improved performance, and vigilant relief of depression, curbing anger, and weight control. The primary addicting substance in cigarette is narcotics, but cigarette smoke contains thousands of other chemicals that use damage health both to the smoker and to those around them. Hazard includes heart disease, lung cancer, and pubic ulcer disease and stroke. Withdrawal symptoms of smoking includes anxiety, hunger, sleep disturbance, and depression. So you see, the smoke that you do does have a wide effect, and you are impairing and impeding your health growth as how it truly had to be. And you have and will allow many different types of millions of dollars to be placed in something other than where it could be most useful. Withdrawal from alcohol can cause anxiety, irregular heartbeat, tremor, seizure, and hallucination. In its severest form, withdrawal combined with malnutrition can lead to a life-threatening condition called delusion tremens, DTS. Alcohol abuse lead to life-threatening condition called delirium. I'm going back to where the drug can cause heart enlargement and cancer of the cervix and stomach. So again, you are damaging your being in so many facets of one can think. In addition to the direct health effects, official associate alcohol abuse with nearly half of all fatal motor vehicular accidents. In 1992, the total economic cost of alcohol abuse was estimated at an enormous number of $150 billion. My God, that's a lot of loot. Don't you know what us are could do with so much money? In here North America, there's so much starving children that is going on here in North America, and we need to put a stoppage to this. Again, as I said, cold turkey is not the answer, but what we need to do is to have a very good and effective look at what is happening. We need to launch a campaign from east to west, north to south, and from central, the core of our great metropolitan or our great city, nation, which here in Canada is Toronto, Vancouver, and Montreal. But I say let's rally together and put a stoppage as much as we can to those who are abusing substance. It does not only have an effect on the marriage, on the children, on the workplace, on the larger area of society, but it affects everybody. I'm telling you, my friend, we need to take a good look within ourselves. Those are us who are smokers, those of us who are inhalants of all different types of substance or liquid or fuel. We need to take a look at this and say, let it be known that our body does not only belong to us, it belongs to the community. In a certain religious groups and their scriptures, it says the husband's body does no longer belongs to him, but it belongs to the wife. And the wife's body does no longer belongs to her, but it belongs to the husband. That goes to show you that our body is not our own only. It belongs to the wider, and it affects everything around you. In the Buddhist faith, everything is equal, everything is connected to the other thing. So, which is to say, and in the native Indians ideology as well, everything affects something else. And you, my friend, by damaging your body, you're not only damaging your body, you're damaging somebody else beside you. It can be economically, spiritually, socially, you just name it. It does affect everybody. And I hope you continue to be on the strive or the path of taking care of who counts most, which is yourself. If you want to destroy yourself, go and talk to somebody, and they will help you to facilitate those needs whereby you are able to make a conscious decision and a good and a positive decision in who you are. I am Richard Mitchell of Genuinely Uniquely RSM Counseling, Advocacy, and consulting. You could reach me at genuine0188 That again is GENUWINE0188 at yahoo.ca. Take care of yourself and give me a call, send me a message, or send somebody a message. Bye for now.
You know what's going on right now? What's going on right now? And I Johnny. So, Johnny, they don't stop. Yo, request to the girls, I like the one. That's how I want to dress up. Number two, I love you forever and never and never. Amen. Yes, you never do for so long. All right. I don't get her. Look for her, someone talking to her, say, I let her. Get one me up, and put the one in front of the sun. Right away, the movie, and the detective down the road. When I'm at 3 years old, she say, yes, sir. Fly up Africa, say, and if you want my ancestor, I know the sir. And I say, I am the sir. Put a two different something in your house, nothing less sir. Looking for forever, and never, and never. Amen. Loving you forever. I say, yo, you never want to know. Look, yo, I gonna, yo, hey. Love you, baby, for my own, I ain't gonna lie. Bigger than the wedding ring, I'm only fine. Ain't supposed to set the ground, water from my eye. Look, if you want to win no oil, I'm gonna try. So suggest recipes and to make it. Everything you put the artist to make it. We don't flaws, she makes no mistake. It's something my heart was to be great. I'm gonna send you to a place where I follow every side. And I know life is best. From every time and sense of praise. Just the way we should, I'm so defined. But I don't never get. Listen, man, picture me and you and me, smoking ivory amongst the birds and the bees, giving thanks with the stars, moon, suns, and the trees. Your life is like ease when your arms around me. Love, I be sure, express so hard, when it with it poor, she wouldn't mind. Sleep on the floor, come materialistic things, this girl endure. Who make it think that everybody got one sword? Everything I do by this resort. That's the man saying it doesn't we open the door. Who knows the sleep when I need so much more? Let me get you go back on the level. I come, most from one thing and them things, now the God that died. Bigger than the baby night is my qualified. The one for more today, you cry, what if I'm behind? To murder Babylon, the heart must the border die. Babylon said, hey, good.
Bring no God, yes, to make no mistake. And simple means I'm gonna be. So I'm gonna take you to a place. And I start to walk on shut up. Hey. Something leading to the what do you? Hey, Lindo,
Yeah, good afternoon. Once again, I am Richard Mitchell of Genuinely Uniquely RSM, Counseling Advocacy and Consulting. Those are the services in which I offer to the general public and or the community. In prior time to this communication, I have spoken with on topics concerning family counseling. I've touched topics such as mental disorder, substance abuse, addiction, and other anxiety and so on and so forth, which are disorders which affects the community. So at this point, I'm going to be focusing on some counseling theories. As time progresses, I will, however, talk on theories which different therapists or psychologists, psychotherapists uses, or psychiatry uses in counseling their clients. Counseling theories. There are many environments in which a mental health professional can choose to work. For this paper, the venue the mental health professional will be working is per se a private practice. The professional's purpose will be exposed, including the role they play in the counseling process and the type of clients that professional will likely encounter. While working in the venue, the counselor will choose to use two theories in this model: the Aldrian theory and the behavioral theory. Each theory will be explored, detailing the basic assumption of each theory and how these assumptions integrate with the counselor personal philosophy, value, and life story. Consideration will be given to how these theories can be applied in various counseling settings and with different cultural backgrounds. Using current research on the two theories, a description and analysis will be provided of their effectiveness when working with specific population of clients with mental and emotional disorder. As a private practitioner, this profession decides that the client that will likely be seen by the counselor would include people suffering from depression, people who need marriage relationship counseling, include people suffering from depression, people who are at impasses impressed in their lives and need help. This counselor does have past professional experience working with the child population, and her work in private practice will differ from the past work experience, as she will not be treating children only, as she found that working with children was not the type of work she felt comfortable with. She will be focused on adult clients in her private practice, and also be focus on using two particular theories of practice. As I said, Algerian theory and behavioral theory. One theory the council planned to use, as I stated before in this practice, is Algerian theory developed by Alfred Adler. Adler developed the first holistic approach to therapy. According to Adler, when we feel encouraged, we feel capable and appreciated, and will generally act in a connected and cooperative way. When we are discouraged, we may act in unhealthy ways by competing, withdrawing or giving up. Algerian Graduate School 2007. Encouragement is a significant aspect of the Algerian theory. Adler and subsequent Algerian considered encouragement a critical aspect of human growth and development. Watts and Perezak 2000. Adler worked under the assumption that the human mind does not see actual facts, but rather our own presumption of what we perceive as actual facts. Adler was one to look at subjective facts, while Sigmund Freud was one to look at objective facts. Adler was not interested in facts per se, but the individual's perception of the facts. Mozak and Martisis, 1999, page 19, para 2. The word subjective means from someone's own personal point of view. Adler believed that when it comes to human views, everything was subjective. Take, for example, an headache. Naturally, we have your own personal, private, subjective experience of the headache, and nobody else can have your headache for you. So in one of the unusual, oversimplified sense of subjective, all headaches are subjective. Lviv, 2008. Adler view human perception, feelings, and ideas as subjective. The ways a person views the world is the major contributor of how their behavior are shaped. One reality is subjective, not factual objectives. Another assumption made by Algerian theory is that people are driven by the need to feel superior. Adler stressed that striving for perfection and coping with inferiority by seeking mystery are innate. Corey, 2009, page 100, para 4. Humans are constantly seeking what they perceive as their ideal self. This search can sometimes lead a person to take on a feeling of overwhelming inferiority, thus leaving them with an inferiority complex. It is stated that, however, in some people, inferiority feeling can become excessive, resulting in what is widely known today as inferiority complex, extravagating feeling of weakness and inadequacy. Magnus 2009. Alter was one to look at both the past and the present. However, the main focus was on the present. Alder operated on the assumption that people develop who they are through series of events that occurs during the first 6 years of their lives. By reclaiming early memories, clients can see a pattern in their lives that in many cases continue throughout their adult lives. From there, we see a pattern in their lives that in many cases continue throughout their adult lives. From there, the focus is on what they can do or reshape their present and future. The past events serve as the focus is on what they can do to reshape their present future. The past events serve as a starting point for understanding why they perceived themselves and their lives the way they do now. Now we have the council feeling that Algerian assumptions align well with their own personal views and life history, having gone through her own personal theory. She was able to see where her early recollection shaped her views on life and herself. Understanding these things have allowed her to understand how the things in her life can be changed and how she kept herself in a bad place because of her perception of what was real and what was not. The counselor was able to change her subjective views and by heal herself in many ways. Now, as it is behavioral, let's now take a look at behavioral theory. The other practice the counselor plans to use in her practice is behavioral theory, which she feels is highly complementary to the Algerian theory. Behavioral theory practitioners focus on observable behavior, current determinant of behavior, learning experience that promote change, tailoring treatment strategies to individual clients, and rigorous assessment and evaluation. The most basic assumption of behavior theory is that since feeling, emotion, and thoughts are immeasurable, thus the most effective way to help client is through observing their behavior. This can lead the counselor to being able to effectively help the client. The ethnos of behavioral approach arose from the inability of scientists to measure and evaluate the outcome of psychodynamic.
Sometimes it makes you cry, but don't you worry, baby, Talk to